Hello everyone, this is Comrade Pasta over here with the Superheavy Samurai deck that I've been running. Over those two videos I posted, there were some comments asking for deck lists, so I thought I'd make one real quick, go over some replays, give you guys an idea how to run this deck yourself so that you can also have some fun. Main idea, summon the big train, hit people with big train, win game with big train. That's the main idea behind this, that's what you're trying to do, and that's really what you're going to go with. Deck's pretty fun, got me to platinum, struggles in platinum, but it should be fun to get up there. And yeah, it's fun OTKing people with a big old train. Alright, let's get this started. First off, we have two Soul Burster Gauntlets. Basically, the main reason you have this is to use when you're battling a monster with your super heavy samurai monsters. They attack with their defense, this doubles their defense, so that helps push over most attack position monsters. Helps you just get over really big things, and it also help you off OTK if the monster is small enough. Next we have the Soul Horns. This is good in general. Soul Burster Gauntlet, you really need something to run into because you can't activate it unless you're attacking something or being attacked by something. This you always can activate it, and it gives you 2 attacks. This is good when you're trying to OTK with the train, or when you just have it on someone else who's fairly big, and you can just come clear out some monsters here and there because you can attack two times in a turn. Both of those at 2, Soul Peacemakers at 3, because this is a combo piece. You need this, you attach this to one of your super heavy samurai monsters, then you pop both of them to special summon a super heavy samurai monster. You want these at 3 because you want to see these hands in your hand so that you can use your searches in your combo to find either the gauntlets or the horns or the soul piercer, so that way you can ensure your OTKing. Instead of using your searches just to find combo pieces to do the combo. So you run this at 3 because you kind of want to see it in your hand. 2 Maxi because Maxi's busted, and run Maxis if you can. 1 a Soul Fire Suit, kind of tech card here. Something you can replace if you want to make it more consistent or if you don't really enjoy it. Mainly have it because of its from hand discard effect to protect one of your super heavy samurai monsters from battle and card effect, even though it loses 800 defense, just to make sure if you don't get the OTK, just to have something to fall back on and make sure you don't lose your train after you don't OTK them. You can also attach it to make a monster level 5 to do some synchro stuff, but usually you're keeping it in hand for the effect. Next we have 3 Trumpeters. Trumpeter is one of our many tuners. All our tuners are level 2, so that helps with the synchro math. Basically, it's a tuner that can special summon itself, but if you special summon it, you're locked in super heavy samurai monsters for all your special summoning. It's good just to get something out when you need it, but not really part of any of the combos or anything. It's just one of those cards if you have in your hand, you can push into another part or into something else to add on to your combo. Next, you have 3 Battle Ball. Battle Ball is a real cute card. It lets you synchro summon off of your opponent's monster, as long as you control only super heavy samurai monsters. This is good to get rid of a threat. It's almost like a removal spell in a sense, and it works well with the kaiju we play, which is the level 10 kaiju, because that also makes train. So yeah, good card to have. Just make sure to watch for the condition to have super heavy samurai monsters, and it's a good way just to remove something or just generally get to a bigger thing. So we run 3 since we don't really need to search for it. You just want to have that if you have it. Super Heavy Samurai Fist. This is part of the combo to get the train. You use it multiple times, but it's not something you really want in your hand. You want this to be special summoned off of the Soul Peacemaker. So it's good to have 1 just for the combo sake, but you don't want more because you don't want to really draw it. If you do draw it, you can send it to the grave with the Link monster, so it's not the end of the world, but it's still preferred to just in your deck instead. 2 Ghost Ogre, 2 Ash Blossom, hand traps, you're going second. This is a going second deck, you don't want to go first. So you're gonna have some hand traps to try and keep yourself alive. We've got 3 Super Heavy Samurai Scales. This helps you get more monsters out, especially for Xyz stuff. You have 2 or 3 Xyz monsters. And the only reason you really get to them in a turn is usually off of scales, which is important. It can special summon itself if your opponents control 2 or more monsters and you control nothing. But either you special summon it or you summon it normally. It lets you grab another super heavy samurai of level 4 lower from your grave and special summon it. So this really helps you extend your plays and get you to your Xyz. Next, we have, I think, the best card in the deck, Soul Piercer. It can be attached to a Super Heavy Samurai monster to make it do piercing, which is important to OTK. But the main thing is, when this is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add a Super Heavy Samurai monster from your deck to your hand. This is the only reason you can do your combos. This literally is what starts your combos. You start with this and any other card, and you can make train. You always want to see this, so you run a 3. Basically, any hand that has this is a playable hand. Then you have 3 more Soul Piercers in Wagon. If you don't have Soul Piercer and you have Wagon, you can just use it to search for Soul Piercer and then continue to do your combo. If you are able to start with both Soul Piercer and this, then you can use the search off this instead of getting Soul Piercer to get a different soul card, either the horns or the gauntlets, depending on what you need. And then you can use that to ensure the OTK, because making the train alone won't get you your OTK. You usually need either a horns or a gauntlet or something to push for the last bits of damage. So being able to start your opening hands with your combo pieces, and so that your searchers don't have to search for them, is what really makes sure you can actually OTK. So 3 of those, in a sense, you're basically playing 6 Soul Piercers, so you can try to ensure you have that in your hand, which is kind of important. Also important, the Big Warigi. This can special summon itself, but then it locks you into Super Heavy Samurai monsters, just like the Trumpeter. But the cool thing with this one is that it can be treated as 2 tributes. So this is special summon this, and you can tribute summon Big Ben K. So that's pretty cool and should be good. That's really it for that. It's part of your combo, so if you have this in your hand, you don't have to search for it, and you can use that search for something that can guarantee the OTK, like I said before. So once again, good to have this at 3. You want to see this in your hand. Big Ben K, he big boy. That's it, he just big boy. You need more damage, you get this guy out. Usually you don't tribute for him. Usually you bring him out with the Link's effect. You send him to the grave and then bring him back with the Link monster. And just a 3,500 beater. That's all it is. 2 Samurai Thieves. This helps with breaking some back row. I think this beats around skill drain because it activates from the grave. And it's probably your only real way to out skill drain, actually. So that's kind of important. Yeah, so you pop this while it's on the field. You can special summon it, but it also locks you into Super Heavy Samurai monsters. And then once on the field, you tribute it, and you can blow up a back row or a pendulum scale. And then if you do that, you can then set it into your back row or pendulum scale. Yeah, pretty cute monster. Just there to pop something and basically help you OTK. Finally, we have our level 10 kaiju, Jizukuru. I ran other kaijus before, but it got a little awkward. Usually I just want to make train, so I just run 3 of these, get rid of a problem monster they have, play battle ball, make train. This does make it harder to OTK over because it's a pretty big kaiju, but we just want to make train, and train doesn't care how big the other person is. And finally, the cute tech card, the Berserker Soul. Yeah, this is probably something you can replace if you want to be more consistent with stuff, or add something that might be more helpful in your eyes. But it's just really fun popping this and then immediately killing your opponent because it's the only spell card you play. So you will hit all 7 monsters off the top. Basically, that's how that works. If you inflict 15 or 100 less damage in a direct attack, and you have another card to discard, you need to have that other card in your hand. So you need to make sure you have 2 cards in your hand, including Berserker Soul. You excavate off the top 7 cards. If they're all monsters, 500 damage each. Basically, you use either your Stealth Ninja, who can attack directly, or any other card, honestly. Hit a direct attack, bring them under 3,500, and then win the game. That's it for the main deck. Rolling through the extra deck, we have Musashi over here. I rarely make him. I guess it just never comes up that I only have 5 levels. He is kind of useful. He does bring something back from the graveyard to the hand. So it's maybe something I should look into making more often, see if that helps with things. But yeah, I still have him. Still good to have one, but it's not something that comes up for me. Sungoji. I have Sundoji. I have 2 of these because he blows up the opponent's back row. You want OTK, so anything that stops you from doing that is bad. So if you can get this, it's part of the combo to make the train anyway. so it's actually kind of convenient. He blows up the back row and then he gets turned into the train that hits over for game. One Stealth Ninja, as mentioned, he can attack directly for half of his damage, which is under 1500, which triggers a Berserker Soul. It's the main way you would do this. He also has another effect that sometimes comes up, that if he gets destroyed by card effect, he comes back on the next standby phase. He's one of the cards you try to bring out when you're going first, even though you really don't want to go first with the deck ever. But hey, it's a pretty good card. We got Sarutobi. He doesn't come up often, though sometimes the levels match up that he just does come out. He can pop a back row, do 500 damage, pretty good. And he's 2800 defense, so he's also a big body just to get out. Not a priority, but he comes out sometimes. QB, I never make him. I actually don't think I can make him with the current setup of the deck, other than battle balling a level 7 monster on their side of the field. So it's not ideal. He does have a good effect where he gains 900 defense for each special summon monster on the opponent's field, which could make him pretty big because he's already 2500. But I don't ever feel like there's a situation where he will make a difference or he will break those boards, right? Usually all the special summon monsters have effects that will stop them from doing anything. So if you're in the point where you think he's going to be what to play, it's usually your lost cause at that point anyway. But I still have him in case he ever comes up. 2, Susanoo. He is the second biggest boy. He is the chunky boy. And he can actually grab spell and trap cards from the opponent's graveyard and put it on our field. This is a fun thing to steal stuff like Raigeki with. But other than that, he's just another big boy. He's usually what ends up happening when the train doesn't work out. You end up defaulting to Susanoo. Speaking of train, here he is, 4800. He's how you win games. You make him, you attach an equipment to him, and you hit for 4800 either twice or doubled. He has other effects too that are actually pretty good. His first one is you can discard up to 2 cards and blow up as many cards as you discard from your opponent's side of the field. And then also he can banish all the spell and traps from graveyards, and if you do 200 damage to your opponent for each card banished. You can do both of these abilities at different times during the turn. So you can blow up the stuff and then banish them. You can attack and then banish for game. Different things you can do. Great card, but you only play one because if they deal with it, I think you basically lose at that point. Got some Xyz monsters, Gigant X. I don't really go into much, but sometimes he can fix your problems by searching for something. He does turn off Battle Ball, but sometimes it just comes up where you just need a search and don't have Soul Piercer. Baguska is your go first card. You make this and hope your opponent can't deal with it, while you play a bunch of defense position big boys that can still attack even through this. Yeah, usually your first turn play is Baguska, Stealth Ninja, hope they can't deal with it, and then eventually beat them over for game. There's Zeus, because sometimes you attack with a Gigant or Baguska and go into this to secure that your opponent can't follow up. And then finally, 3 of the Link Monster, Scarecrow. Extends your plays, is also can summon special summon stuff from the graveyard, so it's kind of useful for stuff. It's part of the combo, and also is a Scarecrow, so you won't take any battle damage from when he gets attacked, which sometimes people don't read it, do something, and then lose the game because of it. So that's pretty good. And that's it for the deck. We'll move on to some replays and go over basically what you want to do with these cards. So first up, we have a pretty straightforward path to train, I think. This is against a Blue Eyes deck that has a pretty good start. And by good start, I mean they just make Chaos Max and pass, so it's not really that great of a start. It's Blue Eyes. What do you expect in real life? So make Chaos Max. Then just pass turn, right? So then we get to do our turn. No spell and traps. Maybe they have a hand trap. We don't know, but we go into it. So we draw Soul Piercer. We didn't have to because we had Wagon, but because we got the Soul Piercer, we can search for something else. Wagon searches for Gauntlet. Attach Soul Piercer to the Wagon. Link them away for Scarecrow. Scarecrow comes in, gets you the Search Off Soul Piercer, which finds Soul Peacemaker, which we'll need next. So discard a card to bring back Soul Piercer, attach Soul Peacemaker to the Scarecrow, pop them both to get Fist out. Synchro Summon, that'll bring up Sudengochi, which would blow up the back row if there was any, but also gives you another search off of the Soul Piercer. Here you would usually look for Big Warigi, but we had that in hand, so we got the Soul Horns. With Sudengochi, Big Warigi, and Fist effect from the graveyard, we can lower the level 6 Synchro to a 5, making 12, making Train. Attach Soul Horns, can attack twice. Get into battle, use Gauntlet, go to 9600, beat up the Chaos Max, hit for game. And there you go. That's basically how the Train combo will work and how you'll win games with it. Next we have another Train OTK, but this one goes a little different. If we look here at our opening hand, we actually don't have Soul Piercer or Wagon, so this is a bit of a brick right now actually. I mean, we have some things we can do, but it's a little scary. So I see the 4, I see Battle Ball, make 6, that's Sundoji, that'll break the back row. That's what I'm going to be looking to do. Draw for turn, we get another Big Warigi, which is going to be important. So I try this, try to make 6. Forbidden Droplets turns off the effect, I can't do that anymore. However, this is still a tuner. I can then special summon Big Warigi. It's not a once per turn. Summon the other Big Warigi, make the Train. My idea originally was to make Sudendoji, blow up the back row, and then use Trumpeter and the 2 Big Warigis to make the Train as well. But hey, we still got the Train. From there, I use one of its effects to discard 1 card to blow up the back row. It was a Called by the Grave, so it didn't actually matter in the end, but still something we can do. Now here, I can special summon the Trumpeter to guarantee game. However, this is a Lightsworn player, and I saw them discard plenty of spell cards. So even though he's at 100, I activate Train's second effect to banish all the spell and traps from his grave, to inflict another 1200 to him, and kill him for game. And yeah, that's basically what Train can do. Even though we didn't start off great, we still got to Train and still use its effects to great effect. So here is a pretty not great scenario, right? You gotta go first. This deck wants to go second. It does not want to go first. It rarely ever wants to go first. Actually, it never wants to go first. So we got lucky though. We have Scales and Soul Piercer, which means at the very least we can get Baguska. We also have Big Warigi, so I think we can also get the Stealth Ninja. So we use Soul Piercer, make the Synchro, which gets us a search for Soul Peacemaker. The Link sends Scales, which then brings back Scales, which then brings the Soul Piercer back. So there's your rank 4. Use Soul Peacemaker to special summon Fist, so that we can also make the Stealth Ninja. So here's Baguska. You need to make Baguska first, then use Big Warigi, because you don't want to lock yourself into Superheavy Samurai. Then you make the Stealth Ninja, so now you have something that will turn all monsters that are played to defense and negate their activated effects. And we also have Stealth Ninja that will come back if they fissure or blow it up somehow. I max C just because it's max C, so why not? And they make a Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon, and then try to activate their effect. Baguska stops it, and we go to our turn. Then Abyss Dragon comes out, also tries to do a couple effects, both negated because in defense Baguska doesn't allow it. And then from here, we just start attacking because we can still attack even though we're in defense. So we go here. I'll speed it up a bit. We make Link so that we can go and bring Piercer back. Activate Fist effect to bring that back. Get Sungoji. So now we have more damage on field. Get Soul Piercers on there so I can clear their board. Attack with Sungoji. We have pressure on them. Next, they try to do it again, thinking I guess it won't happen again, even though it still happens the same way. They activate and still doesn't work, and then the Whitestone Legend pops again. In comes the blue eyes, and also put the defense. So with what we have in hand, we can easily make Train by summoning Big Warigi, bringing Fist back, going into Train. And then something important here is Fist gauntlets can only trigger when attacking a monster. So I use Train to blow up one of their monsters, and then when Stealth Ninja attacks for its first attack, I use the gauntlets there so that it's attacking a monster can trigger, and then I still have the boost for the second attack. Yeah, that was going first and it actually working out, which is fairly rare. And finally here, we have one more replay, that is the using Berserker Soul without Stealth Ninja. So I see we have Berserker Soul, we have Stealth Ninja, but then they just do this, and we had a better line to actually just win the game. So we start off our combo, Soul Piercer into the Link Monster. We search Thief, because we already have Soul Peacemaker to continue the combo. We use that to blow up their back row and ensure they had no way of stopping us. And then with that, unless they have a Nibiru, we're safe to go. So we bring back Soul Piercer, we put in Soul Peacemaker, pop them, bring in Fist, Synchro into Sundoji. We already have the Big Warigi, so we don't have to search for anything. We grab another Trumpeter just to discard. Drop that in, activate Fist, lower this, 552, that's 12. Bring in the Train. Train comes in, and I summon the Trumpeter. Now Train hits 4800, Trumpeter hits, now they're down to 2900. That was a direct attack of under 1500. Berserker Soul comes in, and we're in. That's game. Alright, last replay here, and this one's a bit of a weirder one. I don't know what my opponent was doing, but I still almost lost, and you'll see what happens. First off, let's just look at this hand here. This is like Omega Brick. This is back when I was playing more Kaijus. Yeah, 2 hand traps, 2 Kaijus, and a card that only does its effect if it attaches to another superhero samurai. Super heavy samurai. So pretty rough. So going second, so let's see what they do. They just set and pass. Alright, not so bad, right? We can probably recover. And I draw another hand trap. Okay, cool. So I just passed turn. Like, they just set a card, maybe they can't kill me this turn, maybe they're playing something weird. And thus they just show that they're playing Tuner Beatdown. So okay, Tuner Beatdown, that means I got plenty of time to come back here, right? There's no way they're just gonna win. I draw Fist, so I can actually do something. Play the Fist, make the Link Monster. Scarecrow comes out. You attach Soul Piercer and then toss for Scarecrow. We get Fist back, blow up the Scarecrow to get Big Ben K, and then put them together to make good old Susanoo. It's the best we can do at this moment, but hey, it's 3800. We'll actually have to do something to get rid of him, right? And that's when they shotgun the fissure. Okay. Still not too bad. We still have any samurai monster, super heavy samurai monster will get us back to Susanoo. So we should be fine, right? Max team, cool. Alright, they're not special summoning at all, so I'm just gonna put an Ash in defense, and hopefully I survive. Nothing can hit over it, so I should be okay. And they Raigeki me. Cool. Cool. So the Tuner Beatdown deck is working to perfection, and I'm at 100 health. So, I really just need any super heavy samurai at this point. And we got one. The Big Warigi is here. Special summon Big Warigi. Go into the second copy of Scarecrow. Toss any card from our hand, it doesn't matter. Bring back Susanoo. And that Raigeki looked mighty nice. So I'm gonna use it on them. I save 38. Alright, we're in a good position. We're at 100 health. And then my opponent does the thing where they don't read my cards. They summon something in attack, and I steal their fissure anyway, so it didn't actually matter. But they hit Scarecrow, no damage is done because Scarecrow doesn't make me take damage. And then I fissure them just because I can, and swing for game. That's it. Hopefully this video helps with making your own Super Heavy Samurai deck. Gives you ideas on what they do. And if you had a fun time, thanks for watching. And yeah, go train people.